Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters. In this video, I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Slough Borough Council for a client. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for a Lawful Development Certificate dormer window that was refused by the local authority, which in this case was Slough Borough Council's planning department. Our client was initially booked in for a free, no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Slough Borough Council to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option would be best suited. The free no obligation consultation, which took around 15 minutes, found that this case was viable for appeal to the Planning Inspectorate, taking the decision process away from Slough Borough Council Planning Department. This case was refused by Slough Borough Council for the following reasons. The building operations involved in the construction of the dwelling are unlawful, including the raised ridge height and eaves, first floor gable roof and erection of the dormer. Furthermore, notwithstanding the first reason for the refusal as a result of the increase in ridge height and eaves. The planning inspector, in determining this appeal, noted in their report that the council has not submitted an appeal statement and are relying on their officer's delegated report prepared at application stage. The inspector also mentioned that based on the council's own documents, there is good reason, therefore, on the basis of the council's own evidence, to conclude that the side dormer is development permitted. Later on the inspector's report, they stated also, for the following reasons given, the council's refusal to grant the Lawful Development Certificate for side dormer at the address was not well founded. As an organisation, we've been finding recently a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These errors do help support the appeal case. We do suspect the increase in these errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities' unprecedented increases in workloads that are piled onto the reduced number of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating that they've had little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing you knew was receiving a refusal notice from the council, or in some cases when you actually got a letter from ourselves. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist appeals team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement that in this specific case covered 26 pages, just over 3,500 words. It is important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we're able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional argument to support the case we're working on. Recently, we had a client state that a competitor had said to us that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that is a compliment to our team, but obviously with that methodology, it does not give them the underlying knowledge to be able to adapt arguments to the specific case. It's important to know that no two cases are the same and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they are happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any additional information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point and then the case is submitted. It's vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful. Something that we do hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time themselves. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It is worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like you find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and the permission granted on the 18th of December in a 4-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our UK support team will arrange for a free, no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We have so many, and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean we cannot help you find what you're looking for. Ask our Planning Appeal Assessment professional during your no obligation consultation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this Planning Appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing another one very shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.